Alright, we're back with Rogue Trader. I just leveled up. We're now at level 11. I wish I had more medkits, but I don't. But yeah. And we're going to do the next step.
I always have a backup plan.
A short, muscular man wearing the scarlet colors of the priesthood of Mars steps into your path. The wrinkles on his cheeks and forehead point to his propensity for frequent outbursts of fierce anger. But right now, he is showing no signs of aggression. Glowing blue patterns of electric tattoos or electus show through his oddly bluish tinted skin. The man's eye sockets are dark, empty, yet he turns his face straight towards you with no hesitation. He has a sharp, screeching voice, not unlike a bird's cawing. May the charge of the Omnissiah's mercy persist in the hands of the faithful. Again, as I'm trying to read stuff, the cat sits in front of it. May the motive force persist in their batteries. Make the sign of the Aquila. The Emperor protects. The man responds curtly as if giving a military command. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. The hallowed electrodynamic cenobium receives you, pilgrim. I am Dar Impulse the Sixth, a servant of the motive force and the praetor electoid of this sacred monastery. Bows, bows. Pascal bows unhumbly before the man. A trill of Benharic signals comes from his box, to which the praetor responds with a solemn gesture of blessing. Pascal turns to you and says, "The rank of praetor electoid is a sign of high standing within the electoral priest fraternity. To have been granted an audience is a great honor." You have the honor of hosting the Rogue Trader of House von Valencius. I urge you to follow proper etiquette when interacting with the eminent bearer of the sacred warrant. Within these walls, worldly titles are nothing before the motive force. Your deeds, however, speak far louder than titles, for your path here is sprayed with the blood of desecrators. Dar Impulse VI, it was you, was it not, that Logus Abel came seeking an interpretation of his data trance? Yes, Tech Brother Abel arrived here to engage in a magnetic meditation that would help clarify his visions. Unfortunately, the heretics' machinations prevented us from completing the ritual. The esteemed Logus volunteered his help in defending the monastery, but contact with him was lost soon afterward. Tell me more about Logus Abel. We did not speak much to each other. He preferred to devote his time to solitary reflections in his chapel. The Omnissiah has given Tech Brother Abel a gift of great insight, which allows him to discern each individual facet of existence rather than the overall view. This makes his logic different from that of other people. His mind has always been able to combine facts and conclusions into harmonious wholes that were nothing short of beautiful. Many among my flock found his sermons poetic. What kind of visions was he receiving? The Omnissiah's revelation was encrypted with great meticulousness, which indicates its great importance. Grasping it fully is beyond my ability, but a single touch was enough for me to realize the enormity of the secret concealed within, or, more exactly, the secret design, which was how Tech Brother Abel referred to it. His mind had discerned in the world around him traces of some grand silence that he wished to comprehend. I have rescued him from the insurgents. I hope the Omnissiah preserves Tech Brother Abel's life, that he may continue to comprehend the mysteries he has tapped into. I have a few questions about this place and the people in it. Truth is like light, and blocking its path is criminal. Who are you? Sorry. The hard-working servants and dwellers of this cenobium, Electro Priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Corpus Scari did us great honor by entrusting us into our care the sacred relic around which the hallowed electrodynamic cenobium was built. What precisely do you believe in? We have devoted ourselves to the worship of the aspect of the machine god which is known as the motive force. It is the blessed divine spark that creates impetus in the universe. The Omniscient, in his mercy, gave the world the gift of the motive force, and we follow its impulses in order to increase it, bring it to the lay people, and protect it from unholy hands. The relic that this monastery protects from the entire planet of Rickard Minoris with the blessed motive force, and we, unworthy though we are glad to have served the ancient machine that dwells in this place. Tell me more about your relic. It would be pointless to describe the miraculous fusion reactor. Only through beholding its ferocious power can one comprehend its blessed essence, and fear the might of the Omniscient. Its core was found 4,000 years ago, and delivered to Rickard Minoris by the holy warrior of the faith, Lock Impulse I, during one of his campaigns. Its sacred spark has not gone out for an instant, and the walls and power units of the cenobium have been erected around the relic in order to protect it from ignorant lay people, as well as protect them from its formidable might. Pascal keeps to the solemn silence, but the quick clicking of his mechanites claw betrays his excitement of being so close to the sacred architect. You are not like other members of the Adeptus Mechanicus I have met. Our faith imposes a duty of obedience upon us. Every electro priest is given numerous electus that combine in a blessed Voltaggeist circuit, allowing feeble flesh to withstand the might of the motive force. That is why our skin glows with its light and our eyes boil and melt when we are ordained. The Omniscient's tears is what we call this phenomenon, this dying away of unworthy flesh. As we shun the layperson's primitive means of looking at the world, we gain the ability to sense the motive force around us with our entire bodies. I understand everything, and now I kind of want to paint some Adeptus Mechanicus. I am pleased to be the conductor of truth. Why are you calling me a pilgrim? Only those lay people who desire to experience the motive force are allowed to cross this monastery's threshold. All others are profaners and criminals. You do not belong to the fraternity of electro priests, but your intentions are good. If you are not seeking the Omniscient's wisdom, then it was the motive force itself that brought you here to find it. What happened here, and how did you manage to survive? When the heretics descended in droves upon the cenobium, we gave battle, but the unholy foes burned the Omniscient's warriors under a mass of their bodies, thus extinguishing the defender's spark of purity. It was then that I ordered my few surviving brethren to retreat to the monastery's secret chambers. Upon taking refuge there, we began to destroy the blasphemous intruders in surreptitious ways. Alas, as fiery as my brethren's anger was, I had no right to permit them to die in honest combat, for the task of taking back our abode still lay ahead for us. I must commend the skill with which your secret chambers are concealed. You hear a tinge of wounded pride in Heinrich's word, as if he's upset about failing to discover the electro priest's shelter. Your choice of tactics was wise as well. There was no point in losing more lives in the massacre that the cultists wrought. The leader of the heretics fought her way into the ark wherein dwells the miraculous fusion reactor. She is trying to desecrate the rite of operation with her unholy litany so that the relic may be corrupted and the word of Rickard Minoris may perish in a font of fire. But my brethren in their magnetic meditation are hampering her efforts by chanting access request prayers in unison, thereby suppressing the commands that the blasphemers enter. Praetor Electroid nods towards his entranced comrades. The holy place will be protected against sacrilegious practices, I swear it. In the monastery, I was attacked by people who looked like electro priests. That is a lamentable mistake. We know of no help that was on its way, and we're not expecting to encounter any allies in the monastery's chambers. But I see that you are alive, and I mourn the senseless death of my brethren. I wonder if you had so touchingly mourned the Lord Captain's death, or such sentiments would have only been awoken by the sound of our void ship delivering a punitive strike from orbit. You made the right decision when you chose to avoid combat and save yourselves. Thank you, Pilgrim. It was not easy watching unholy intruders stampede through the chambers of my temple. We all envied our brethren who had fallen before that sacrilege began. I wish to get to the holy reactor. The Ark is hidden from Pilgrim's eyes, but considering the extraordinary circumstances of your visit to this monastery, I grant you that right. The hall that leads to the high reliquary has been barred by the enemy, but I will open a secret path for you. Enter the Ark and experience the motive force, Pilgrim. We will pray to the security systems that they may refrain from punishing you for your intrusion. I must press on. May the charge of the Omnissiah's grace persist in the batteries of the faithful. Alright. Any loot? Goods. Alright, let's go.
Rise to the top.
Fight more
Or
cultists.
get left in the dust.
Are any vendors?
Keep your wits about you.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Need to cure wounds.
Let us not dawdle.
Must be the aurora. The face of the woman who stands before you is hidden behind a grotesque barred mask. Yet the voice pouring out beneath it belongs to someone else. It is the husky, somber bass of the Void Wolf, a border of ships. How predictable your path is. How static. All the possible deaths you have skirted only to perish here in the fiery tempest that will mark the final dawn. The woman turns her mask past to Pascal and glows. You have arrived just in time, little cog. The schismaticals use your regalia like a mask to subdue the reactor. Pascal walks Rasmussen. A cog, I cannot comprehend why apostates try to insult me by comparing me to the sacred symbol of our faith. It is irrational. His visor lights up like a crimson herald of bloodshed, and his drilling malandrite whirs viciously as ready to strike. The sacred cog grinds all corruption to dust. From dust I will build order. Silence, heretic. Your crazed preaching will not touch my mind. Do you cling to your blindness so desperately? Do you think it will protect you from the blinding radiance of the truth? The woman's voice breaks and shifts to a different pitch and timbre, a martyr's voice, young, fervent, in pain. Time has run out, but out. I can hear the fists of the future knocking on the door of the present. Choose quickly what you want to be when it walks in. A blind slave to what is gone, a faithful servant of what is to come, or a corpse. I would take some time to wrest from you the details of the future that the cult prophesizes. Hopefully when we're done, what's left of you will still be capable of coherent speech. What you'll be is a living torch blazing for his glory. Argenta's voice burns with pure hatred and trembles with impatience to make the promise come true. Your people wanted my head. Why? Brother Twilight, known to you as Kunrad, marked you as a target. Your foiling of his plans sealed your death warrant. It is now a predestined certainty that changes can no longer affect. Who are you? My name is known to you. I am Aurora, servant of Roland the Cruel, and the spark of the final dawn that is destined to set Rakan Minoris ablaze. A great path for one who was born into the Imperium's bondage, but shunned her predestination in favor of the changes promised by the Edge of Daybreak. The Edge of Daybreak, is that your unholy patron? Our teacher, our savior, our merciful God born in the Imperium out of the woes of those laboring under a legacy of ignorance and servitude. You cannot see the woman's face behind her mask, but judging by her tone of malicious triumph, you could swear she is smiling. And he remembers you, Selena Voidstar von Valencius. That silly savior fantasy you have been acting out amuses the true masters of these people's fates. Whose servant are you? Is Erlon a demon or just another heretic? Laughter comes from behind the mask. Your flippancy is so amusing. Why, you have no inkling there of the chasm that separates us. He is a prophet who foresaw our pending doom, who graciously bestowed upon us the right to choose a different path. He's a shard of ancient wisdom and a time before we were slaves to our bitter destination. Rogue Trader, I can't wait to close this creature's mouth with the seal of death. Are you saving this glorious steed for yourself? So what is this final dawn? It's all your followers ever talk about. Salvation from a death whose name is yet unknown, but whose approach is sensed by many. Soon it will claim every inhabitant of the Cornus expanse. Do you think anyone will come to our aid when the cataclysm shakes our homes and planet-wide genocides are unleashed? Will the Emperor help? Or the idol of the iron they call the Omnissiah? No. We will die alone, abandoned. Only one deity is promising salvation, the Edge of Daybreak. Mercy and salvation will come to all who believe in him and purify their souls in light of the final dawn. Whose servitude are you talking about? What predestination? Everyone born in the Imperium has predestination. The soldier, the commoner, the administrative official, the technomat, the void rat, all are consigned to the serving of the Golden Throne and then dying a grim death for its glory. The Imperium never thinks twice about treating people as exploitable and expendable. After all, they are the most easily replenishable of all resources. Even your path is predestined, Rogue Trader. You will inevitably perish on your quest to expand humanity's domain, and your end will be particularly grim and ghastly. The fruits of your efforts will be enjoyed by others, the eternal Aristocrats who dwell on Mars, Terra, and other safe worlds. They insist that it is the natural order of things, but that is a lie. It is an order that benefits them. Something to drink. It's a lot of talking. Why are you blinding people? You think they are blind? They see far more than you do. The reflections in mirrors blessed by the energy of the Immaterium. The Edge of Daybreak reveals to them visions of true existence and gives them glimpses of what is to come. The eyes lie. Our erstwhile masters have taught them to see only what is consistent with the lies they tell. The gift we give is that of true sight. Guess what I see when I look at you? In that case, you should consider losing the eyes too, sister, because your visions are all wrong. My whisperer telling me something completely different about who dies here and now. I won't spoil the surprise, so let's just say it will come as quite a shock to you. I think that's enough of this heretical talk. Conversations about truth always frighten ignorant minds. Enough. I will rid Rakad Minoris of your tyranny. The woman's voice becomes thin and brittle like that of an innocent child. Execute them in the name of the Edge of Daybreak! The Elector priests ripped their hands off the command panels, rending their flesh on the stakes that pierce them. Their schismatical control bodies are imbued with the motive force radiance. All the unfortunates can do is scream in horror and plead for a swift death. Aurora begins on muttering an unholy litany in broken Gothic. You cannot make out her blasphemous words, but the name the heretic keeps repeating. The Edge of Daybreak digs into your hearing like a blade into defenseless flesh. It sounds almost physically painful. It spawns strange and impossible phantoms in your mind. However, you manage to muster your strength and banish it from your mind.
I'll make an example out of you.
Spare none of them.
What is that? Let's see for us. First of all, let's you here. Here. You. Oh, there's people over here too? Fuck me running. We're gonna go there. Here. Over here. You stay by me, because alright, let's see what goes on.
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak.
Anything else?
Not per quick.
Will do.
Nice. How do I have to do? Shit, I didn't know I had to kill these guys.
I need a foothold. For the throne of Angry. But of course, Lord Captain.
I will endure.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Stay for one try.
At your beck and call. Victory is imminent. I took care of this one. It will be done.
Activate calculated fury algorithm.
Oh, just extend it. Cool.
Running binary override.
On it. It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. Your end was inevitable. Accept your lot. Who if not me?
Okay. They got the Tech Priests next.
Guided by faith. do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Oh!
High momentum.
There is movement in the Empyrean. Anything else? Farewell.
I won't object to it.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I will do my duty. One fewer time.
Get those guys here.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
She could move more.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Shut on this guy now. Not in front of me while I'm fighting.
I'm not injured. I'm enraged. Faith without deeds is worthless. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Doubt is for the weak. Power resides in the will of the righteous. I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
will do. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
It will be done. At your beck and call.
Explorators know one route. Forward. Request approved.
Ah!
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Running binaric override.
Taking calculated risk is my second nature. I'll see to it. Another enemy down. On it.
I've suffered worse.
Rejoice in battle! I'll do it. That is not the Emperor's will.
Was that you? Or
Terrible.
no can do?
Naturally.
Reduced to dust.
You can move after you did an attack. Oh, I did it wrong again.
Let's make some opportunities. It's as good as done. I won't compromise my principles.
King cleanses the body. Doubt is for the weak.
Come on!
I refuse.
Cover me! But of course.
Everyone, step aside.
Charge.
I won't object to it. For the throne's glory.
My place is at the fore. One fewer target. I'd rather not.
Advancing.
I'll see to it personally. Consider this a taste of what's to come. I'll make it happen.
Hand in hand.
Didn't flinch.
The enemies of the Emperor will be
I screwed
undone.
myself badly.
I'll do it.
They who discern the future own the battlefield. Will do.
I'm not even bothered.
took care of this one.
Thank you.
As the tactical imperative dictates.
I am ready for whatever comes. I'll see to it personally. Your end was inevitable.
Enough. Excuse me, why did that happen now? Now an aged, rattling voice speaks to you from behind the bloodstained mask. You are powerless to halt the approach of what is to come. I see a crimson trail leading humanity to its doom. I see the glow of the final dawn, and that means existence has made its choice. A dagger flashes in Aurora's hand. She drives into the control panel with all of her strength. Now you will see it too. A blinding voltaic arc bursts forth from the broken control panel and strikes at Aura's uncanny mask. Its metal heats up, smoke billows through the bars. With a howl, the cultists collapse. The light is gone. Was that it? The final dawn? Why was it so different from what our teacher promised? Aurora shakes her head violently. Her voice is now the voice of an ordinary middle-aged woman, frightened and in pain. You will pay for this. You will. You... The woman's body goes limp and collapses to the floor. Her iron mask hits the ground with a dull thud. Pascal examines the corpse with contempt and concludes dryly, confirming purgation and termination. The heretic took her secrets with her. Pity. I said it would come as a shock to her, didn't I? Her eyes literally sparkled with astonishment. Adira's smug grin gives way to an expression of concern. That said, my friends from behind the door won't calm down. They keep sneering and guffawing us with jokes on us, not her. A minute, please. Selena Voidstar, I need no more than a minute. Inspect the control panel damaged by Aurora. The cogitator is probably well beyond repair, but your attention is drawn away from the sacred machine toward the dagger sticking out of the control panel. On closer inspection, it turned out to be a lavishly decorated handguard of a sort whose blade has been pried out. Its pommel is decorated with a strange adornment resembling an eye, covered by a scaled lid. What remains of the blade has a blue sheen to it, the same tint as Conrad's weapon during the mutiny on your void ship. This is no human-made object. It was grown from wraithbone, a material favored by the Eldari. As you lean over the shard, you suddenly hear a multitude of voices. They blend together, and individual words are distorted as though they are mocking your attempts to grasp their meaning. The nagging whispers like the burning red scratch of an unholy claw upon your mind. As you touch the handguard, an otherworldly cold envelops your hand, only for a mere instant, as in the very next, you send the corrupted weapon flying into the shining abyss. The terrible wail of several dozen voices pierces your mind for a moment, only to turn into a deafening shriek, break off as a clap of electricity is heard somewhere beneath your feet. What was that? Do you think it is a good idea to throw something into the reactor? I'd refrain from such experiments if I were you. Rogue Trader, on behalf of the Holy Orders, I thank you for your cooperation and release you from requisition. From this moment on, I am at your service, and I am ready to come aboard your ship and head for Footfall as soon as you deem possible. That is, if you do not have other business in the system, in which case, I am prepared to assist you in its prompt resolution. Remove Aurora's mask. The iron helmet is firmly attached to the heretic's flesh. Her face is impossible to make out in the darkness behind the bars of her mask, but after appearing at it for a little longer than necessary, you wonder if for a moment you saw something move. Let us finish cleansing the monastery, Pascal. Executing, let the Omnissiah given mortive force flow and all obstacles in its path be eradicated. Alright. Anybody have loot? Yes, they do. You don't have time for that. What's going on here? Stay away! God damn, cats! Oh. Why is it whenever I'm fucking trying to play, you get in my way? See, I knew there was another one back here. Where's this cultist gunner at?
I always keep my options open.
Love my cat, but sometimes they are pissing me off.
Is there money to be made?
Oh, what are these altars? Oh. The hallowed electrodynamic greets its savior. Is that it? Okay, so that's it. Oop, wrong way. Where's this the right way? Yeah, this is the right way. So it is like, yeah, so that is the first time I actually missed something. Actually, this is where we're going to stop before we go any further. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoying this. If you are, you know what to do. Leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. It means a lot, helps the channel grow, and I do appreciate it. Until next time, love you guys. Hope to see you again soon. Take care now. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.